Hi everyone. So you might be like, where'd your nose ring go? It didn't want to go in today. I don't know why. Yesterday it did, but today it really didn't. So I'm gonna give it a day or two to rest and hopefully next time it'll cooperate. It's really hot today. Oh my gosh, it was really cool this morning, but not anymore. Anyways, hi everyone. Welcome to my planet. So before we get into this video, I just wanted to say a quick thank you. Thank you guys so much. You guys are like liking, subscribing, commenting. I wasn't expecting more than one person to be like interested or watching my channel at all. I did this more to keep myself accountable. And I was like, okay, I'm struggling with these 10 pounds. Maybe if I make a channel, like it'll help somehow. And it has. And you guys are really resonating. So that's so cool. Be sure to like this video, like my videos. And more importantly, comment. Let me know what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of, what you haven't seen at all that you would love for me to do or suggest. I don't know, I'm open to those. So I'm going to be making a whole bunch, well, not a whole bunch, maybe a whole bunch. I don't know, a whole bunch of videos this week and in the future, hopefully. So subscribe in order to see those, all right? Thank you guys so much for liking it. I'm really enjoying talking to you and hearing your guys' thoughts and opinions. It's so cool. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Yay. All right. So now I wanted to talk a bit about sugar addiction because this girl brought it up yesterday at one of my meetings, and I've also seen things on Connect. So I was like, hey, why don't I talk about my experience with it? Woohoo. It's not it's not that, I was full on diagnosed. No one is sitting there writing like, yes, you have a sugar addiction. No, none of that. But now looking back on it, it's like, oh, that's what was going on. So I thought, and maybe like a lot of you can resonate with it, and I'd love to, well, if you want to talk about your experience, that's what comments are for. So anyways, so for me, I don't know when it started, but I remember as a kid, like, I loved, okay, it's not an addiction, like, oh, I like ice cream, I like cookies, I like cake, I like indulging now and then. This wasn't now and then, it was like, take that to the upteenth degree, turn it up several notches, and you had me. So I remember for one Halloween, I don't remember how old I was, but I came home like a champ with my, what's that, pillowcase, with my pillowcase full of like a good Halloween candy, and within the day, like half of it was gone. And it wasn't like I was just eating it like, this is so good, like how we would eat it now, like thoroughly enjoying it in the moment. No, it was like one after another after another. I needed that sugar. I needed that. I was like, oh my gosh. It was insane. And then I remember, I can't say what started or what triggered it. I remember in high school, first of all, why are they selling chocolate chip cookies in the morning? I would get 3 of those suckers, 3 of those for $1. And also I would get like Coke, and that would be my breakfast. So I don't know, this transcended into my adulthood. I remember hiding that I was eating all this sugar because I knew my parents would get mad at me. And so I would go to university, and it was easy then. It's easy when you go to university or to work or something, because first of all, it's like you can just throw all the evidence there. And first of all, they had a Starbucks in the library, and I would go there and I would get a caramel frappuccino. This wasn't a hacked drink to make the points lower, okay, like Macro Barista does. No, this was like a full on caramel frappuccino. If you want to know how many points it is, go be my guest and look it up in the WW app. Go ahead. So it was that I was drinking maybe 2 of those a day. And I would get like the lemon loaf as well, and let's see how many points that is. So I was drinking all of this, and my excuse was like, oh, I have finals, I have this, I have that, I need energy to stay up. And then I would go to McDonald's and get like the apple pie, and I would be like looking for some place to like dispose of the wrapper before I got home. And for breakfast, don't think that this happened like within a couple days. No, this was all happening within like one day. And then for breakfast, if you guys have you guys heard of that place called 85 Degrees Bakery? Oh my gosh, it's like Taiwanese place that has like the best bread. And if you haven't had Taiwanese sweet bread, you are missing out, and you need to go have some right now if you can. But it was so delicious. They had that taro bread. Oh my gosh, it was this huge thing like full of taro, and oh my God, it was delicious. And I would have that and like 3 other things. And if it wasn't that, it was carbs. And carbs, I didn't find out until I went to my dentist, and he was like, oh yeah, carbs have sugar, or carbs are sugar. And I was like, what, really? Speaking of dentist, I'm missing 2 teeth. One up here, one down there. Do you see that? Yeah. It's like I'm a hillbilly. It's like I'm a freaking hillbilly or a crack addict or something. Like, oh my gosh. Ugh. But at least it's like hidden, so you can't really see it. My teeth aren't white. No, they're like brown because of all this sugar. I've tried everything whitening them, no dice. So that's something that happened. And in the back of my head, I knew this was wrong. I knew that, because none of my friends were eating this way. None of them were like devouring all this sugar. It was just me. And I knew this was wrong, and I knew it wasn't normal, and I knew. And it was insane, and I didn't feel full. I could have a nutritious or balanced meal, but I wouldn't feel full until I had something sugary after. Like, you could give me 5 chicken breasts, I would eat all of those up, and not that, this is just hypothetical. You could have given me that, and I wouldn't feel full until I had something sweet. And let's see, yeah, so breakfast, I would also go to McDonald's, and I would get like the pancakes, and I would put on the butter and the syrup, and I wasn't skipping out on that, and I would have like an iced coffee as well, caramelized coffee. So that's just yesterday some girl was talking about like how someone threw away a cake, and she was like, oh, do I get it? You know, she was joking, but I was like, luckily I didn't get to that point where I was digging sweets out of the trash, though I was very close, but I wouldn't let it get that far because I was eating the whole thing. Yeah. So I knew it was wrong, and I couldn't control myself. And the only way I got over it was when I joined Weight Watchers. And when I joined, it was Smart Points. No, it was Points Plus when I joined. And then it became Smart Points. And now, as everyone knows, with Smart Points, the higher the sugar, the higher the points. So that sort of helped curb it. And that really helped with that because I was eating within my points. Technically, I could eat nothing but cupcakes and it was fine. Yeah. So I could eat nothing but cupcakes and lose weight, and it would have been fine. But, you know, I wasn't doing that. I was eating normal, but same thing. But I didn't get over this sugar addiction within like months or days. It took years, literal years to get over it. And then one day I was just like, oh, I don't want anything sweet today. Huh, interesting. And right now, like, you could give me a cupcake right now, and I'll like take off the icing, and I'll be like, okay, I want like half the cake part or the icing, not both, like whichever one I want more. I don't really crave sugar that much. So, oh my gosh, okay, so they would bring in office donuts. I wouldn't have one. It would be like, oh, anyone eating this? No, or I'll take 2 home for my parents. No, they were for me. So I can't say, I know a lot of people eat because they're sad or depressed. I don't know what my case was, or they're feeling lonely, but at the same time, it's like a circle. Like, is it the sugar that's making us feel so down and bad? Or are we eating the sugar because we feel down and bad? Like, no one's reaching for a salad. No one's like, oh, I'm so sad or I'm so lonely. Let me reach for this salad. No one's like digging in the trash, pulling out cucumbers. Like, oh, let me eat this because I'm so depressed. No, we're eating it because, I don't know. It's really, now that I'm thinking about it, are we eating all of this sugar-filled stuff because we're depressed, or is the sugar-filled stuff making us feel sad and lonely and depressed? Which one is it? Is it the chicken or the egg? Which came first? So yeah, that's my little story. So again, if this is your case and you're on Weight Watchers, I don't want to say it'll get easier. I don't know your situation, but give it time. So often people say, "Oh, you make or break a habit in 30 or 20 days." In my experience, my personal experience, it takes much longer than 20 or 30 days. Sometimes it takes a year or more, but you know what? Eventually you'll get into it. You'll get there. And so yeah, that's just my story. That's just something I wanted to share right now. Yeah, so hopefully that resonated with you guys, and hopefully it encouraged you to not give up and just keep going on the program. And oh, sorry, I got my lipstick on there. Encourage you to just, that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is. I never thought that I would get there, but now I'm like, who am I now? So yeah, that's my story. Thank you guys. Thanks guys for listening to it. It's so weird. I'm like, that I just said it. I haven't said this to like anyone really, but you guys heard it first. All right, so I'll see you in my next video. Remember to like and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see more of or less of, or whatever else you want to see. I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.